Listen, the person closest to you might be your quietest enemy. And if you're the type who says, "Nah, my friends would never," that sentence is exactly why you're the easiest target. Because real hatred doesn't always look like an attack. Sometimes it looks like a smile, a compliment, a "bro, I'm proud of you," while their eyes stay dead. You think you're loved, but you're being observed. Here's the truth nobody wants to say out loud. Some people befriend you to study you, to map you, to learn your patterns, so they can sabotage you without leaving fingerprints. Because they don't want your life, they want you beneath them. This is not paranoia, this is power dynamics. And the reason it's so common? It's the shadow self. The part of them that feels small, inadequate, invisible. They can't face it, so they put it on you. Your success becomes their mirror, and they hate what it reflects. Let me give you a story. Not a fairy tale, a real pattern. There's always a friend who's been around a long time. They know your history. They know your weak years. They saw you when you weren't respected. Back then, you were safe because you didn't threaten their identity. Then you change. You get disciplined. You get in shape. You start earning more. People start listening when you speak. And suddenly, they start acting different. Not openly hostile. No, they're too smart for that. They become strategic. They joke about you in public, just a little, just enough to lower your status. They laugh first, so if you react, you look sensitive. That's a dominance frame, a quiet public collar. Then they forget to invite you to things, or they invite you late, so you always arrive behind the social momentum. Then they give you advice that sounds helpful, but somehow always points you toward the worst option. That's not bad advice, that's steering. And here's the sick part. They'll still call you bro, because keeping you close lets them keep controlling the story around you. You'll tell them good news, and they'll respond with something like, "Nice, but don't get too excited, it's not that big." Or, "Yeah, but just be careful. People might think you're showing off." That is confidence taxation. They're charging you a fee every time you rise. Now, let's break the mechanism. There are three main types of friend who secretly hates you. Type 1, the leech. They don't hate you for who you are. They hate you for what you have, status, access, connections. They stay close to feed. When you struggle, they vanish. When you win, they appear like a loyal soldier. But it's not loyalty, it's inventory management. They're counting what they can extract. Type 2, the rival. This one is more dangerous because they actually respect you, and that makes them furious. Your existence becomes proof they could have done more with their life, so your wins feel like insults. They can't attack you directly, so they compete in the dark. They don't want to beat you, they want to diminish you. Type 3, the actor, the one who mirrors you. They copy your slang, your interests, your vibe. They become your reflection, so you trust them. That's the mirror, and it's a known manipulation tactic. Then, once you open up, they use what you shared as ammunition. Not today, not tomorrow, but at the right moment when it benefits them. You've seen it. They know your insecurities, your family situation, your failures, your fears. They act like a vault, but they're not a vault. They're a weapon locker. Now, let's talk about gaslighting, because yes, friends do it too. They'll say, "You're imagining things, you're overthinking, relax, you're being dramatic." That's not comfort, that's reality control. If they can make you doubt your instincts, they can keep you in their frame. A confused person is easy to steer. And here's the final signal. This is the one most people miss. When you set a boundary, they punish you for it. Not with yelling, with withdrawal, silence, coldness, subtle smear campaigns. That's not friendship, that's ownership behavior. Now, you might be thinking, why would someone do this if we've been close for years? Because time invested doesn't equal love. In some cases, it equals entitlement. They think, I was there before you leveled up, so they believe they deserve access to you forever, even if they secretly resent you. And if you outgrow them, they don't see it as growth, they see it as betrayal. So they sabotage you to restore the old hierarchy where you were smaller and they felt bigger. Now listen carefully, because here's what you do next. Not emotional, not dramatic, ruthless, strategic, clean. Step 1. Stop giving them real-time access. If someone secretly hates you, they don't need your plans. They don't need your next move. They don't need your dreams. Tell them outcomes, not intentions. Move in silence. Win quietly. Step 2. Run a success test. Share a small win, not your biggest, something safe. Watch their micro-reactions. Do they celebrate you, or do they immediately minimize it? Do they pivot to themselves? Do they get weird and competitive? Your instincts are data. Stop ignoring the data. Step 3. Remove emotional leakage. Don't vent to them. Don't confess to them. Don't give them the soft underbelly of your life, because one day they'll accidentally repeat it, or they'll use it to frame you as unstable. That's how smear campaigns start, from information you handed over while you thought you were safe. Step 4. Reclaim the dominance frame. When they disrespect you with jokes, don't laugh along. Use a calm, surgical line like, "Tight, explain the joke," or "Interesting, why would you say that?" You're not fighting, you're exposing. And manipulators hate exposure more than confrontation. Step 5. Starve the connection. You don't need a dramatic breakup. You need a strategic fade. Be busy, be unavailable, be polite, but stop feeding them your presence, your attention, your emotional energy. Because access is the currency of modern power, and they've been spending yours. One more thing. The moment you start detaching, they will test you. They'll suddenly become nice. They'll send nostalgic messages. They'll try to pull you back with memories. That's not love. That's control panic. They're not missing you. They're missing your position in their life. So don't get hypnotized by the sudden warmth. Warmth from a manipulator is often just bait. If you remember only one line from this video, remember this. A jealous friend isn't your friend. They're a competitor hiding behind loyalty. And your job isn't to convince them to be better. Your job is to protect your trajectory. Because every time you ignore the signs, you pay with time. And time is the one resource you never get back. Now, move smarter. Stop announcing your next chapter to someone who secretly wants your story to end. If you want more tactics like this, dark psychology, manipulation detection, dominance frames, and ruthless strategy, subscribe, because the world is not gentle, and neither should your awareness be.